Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being here at all. I know you've been through a lot. I understand that it hasn't always been easy or safe or fun. I know you've made some decisions you regret, some bad calls. You had to lose an awful lot to gain what you have now, haven't you? There's still a part of you which suffers, a piece of your soul which feels undeserving, a fragment of your heart hanging onto all that guilt and shame, resenting the one you've become and grieving the relationships lost in your wake, and the human hearts broken by your reckless stride. And that's okay. You're meant to feel these things. It means you're human. It means that you have sympathy for the people you've harmed and empathy for the ones who've harmed you. None of us make it out of this alive, unscarred, unchanged. The wounds you wear on your soul are marks of progress, badges of honorable suffering, and armor for the tender spark of life sat at the seat of your being. To wear badges such as these means you have wisdom to share, learn from mistakes and acts of passionate love. You learn by walking the line where reason and suffering meet, dancing in and out of other people's lives, knocking over furniture and fracturing hearts, while you learn to sense the ground beneath your feet and the infinite sky which surrounds. And that's okay. If you're here now, if you feel that guilt, that shame, know that you have felt it enough. There is no specified amount of time you are asked to carry the millstone of martyrdom before you may lay it down and finally move on with your life. There is no equation of suffering you must concoct, no debt of grief to be paid for the mistakes you have made. There is no formula for the perfect apology. There is no magic assembly of words which will mark your slate clean and free you from fault. I'm sorry stretches only as far as the recipient's intent to receive, and a debt is no longer owed once the words are felt and said inside and by your heart. Forgiveness is not a dialogue. May you be forgiven for that which you see no fault, and may you learn to forgive those who believe they have done no wrong. The only one tabulating your sins, your time served, the hours spent in morning or evening self-loathing is you. You are your own bookkeeper, judge, and warden. You are holding yourself inside a philosophical prison, sabotaging your own spiritual growth by maintaining a mindset of deserved suffering and self-imposed hell. By holding yourself infinitely more accountable than you could justly hold anyone else, you are drowning yourself under waves of shame and doubt. Why are you so willing to forgive anyone else except for yourself? It is a slow self-destruction which slides a blade across the soul, again and again with repeated thoughts and gratuitous guilt. You reach in once more and dig another notch to make sure you don't forget that you are worthy of love. You are allowed to remember and forgive all the same. You are allowed to hold your past self accountable and still hold them dearly like a child to your chest in your arms. You may recognize harm for both the pain it causes and the lessons it taught. To yourself and to others, the mistake must be made for the path to be walked. To grow, to be here with me now, facing your inner woes, means walking a path of shame and forgiveness and love and resentment and flesh and of spirit, of freedom and expression and love again and again, always love. But this love, our love, is unconditional. Our love is not waiting for you to finish your sentence, to atone for your crime, to apologize just right under a perfect moon on the perfect night. Our love just wants you to be here, in it, with you. But how can you get here without loving yourself and forgiving your past the same way you would forgive a friend or a child who had not the judgment to avoid the conflict? I release you now. I forgive you. Turn inward and speak it now to yourself with me. I forgive you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Thank you to my patrons and Complete Club members, Flem de la Fleming, Chris Curious, Martina Duran, Transcending Void, and Walking on Cats. If you are in a position to help grow the channel, please consider joining these fine folks at patreon.com/American Dragon. If you're looking for some good esoteric company, please join us on Discord. The link to the server can be found in the description below. I appreciate you, I love you, and I will see you next time.